Okay, man. Chet versus Wemby, Rookie of the Year. Who you got?
Well, when we talked about this at the beginning of the season, I was all on the homegrown train, on the homegrown train.
Yes.
That was me 100%. I'm still on the homegrown train, but I think at least they should be co-rookie of the year based on what we have so far. And I'm saying
Whoa.
this. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
What's your
no,
take?
I don't mean stop. I'm just saying, wow.
Yes. Um, there's a lot of reasons behind that, and it depends on what they're really going off of. So, yes, Wemby is leading, what, 20
In
points a
all
game,
stats, in every
10
category.
rebounds. Yeah, he's leading all that. But the thing is, Holmgren's leading in wins. He's leading in wins.
Yeah.
So, really, if you look at the efficiency rate, though, Holmgren is being utilized a whole lot less than what Wemby is, but he's still producing more wins.
Is he producing wins or is SGA producing wins for that team?
SGA is producing the wins, but you know what? Chet is doing his part in that. He's very integral in that whole process. You take him away, and some of those wins are not there.
That's true. I agree. But there's a number of key players on that team. They got a lot of help on that team where Wemby does not have the help. I also think that the Spurs as a team, I don't think when I watch them, this is not a team that's trying to win games. I don't think this is a team that's trying to win games. So I
I
can't
can
hold
believe
that
that.
against Wemby. I'm looking at Wemby's performance and watching Wemby this season. He gets better weekly. It's amazing his development, how he's getting better. Now he had a bad game last night, or the night before against the Houston Rockets. I thought that was a bad game, and Sengun he dominated Wemby. So but that's gonna happen. He is a rookie, and I don't want to be too critical of him, but I do think that not think I see his improvement every time I watch him. And like I said, I don't think he's playing on a team that's trying. I think his team is tanking. That might be a strong thing to say. So I'm just going to stick with saying they're not trying to win. I'm confident they're not trying to win games.
I think they're tanking too. Let's just call it what it is. I mean,
Okay, I didn't want to go that far,
if you're
but
not trying to win, you're tanking.
yeah, if you're
So
not trying to win, you're tanking.
the way that you're doing it, it makes a difference. But overall, yes, I am impressed with Wemby, and I feel that the way he's going now, the sky's the limit for him. That's the future Hall of Famer that we're looking at. And right now, I say him and Chet are pretty much right there, but that's going to change tremendously in Wemby's favor
Yes,
based on the way that they're going.
totally agree. I think they're neck and neck right now, but I think Wemby not their neck and neck. I think Holmgren is close to Wemby, but Wemby has the
Yes,
edge. That's what I think. But I do take consideration that Chet is playing for a winner. That makes a big difference to me, and he is contributing to the team. Chet Holmgren, he's contributing to the wins. I recognize that and appreciate that. But that's one category. Wemby is outplaying him in every category. And when you go by the stats, and I don't just look at the stats. I look at what I'm seeing Wemby is amazing. He's a beast. And I keep saying, he's just getting better and better. It's blowing me away. His development is quite impressive. So, but as I'm saying that I don't think the Spurs are trying to win, they have a coaching staff or a player development strategy or whatever they're doing that is very successful. I look at Kawhi Leonard. He was not the offensive weapon that he is today when he came into the league. And he developed in San
definitely,
Antonio.
definitely, yes,
And, San Antonio I guess Greg Popovich in San Antonio has a history of developing players, and particularly the big men with David Robinson and Tim Duncan. So I see big improvements for Wemby coming. Although already put that with how I see him improving already. So the sky's the limit.
yes. But the things that some of the numbers that people don't talk about, if you really look at the plus minus, the plus minus for Wemby is 2.4 plus, and then Chet is 4.0. Then the win shares, Wemby is 1.2% win shares, where Chet is 4.7%. Then the usage, Wemby is at 31%, Chet is at 21%. So, we talk numbers, but overall, if it's not exact, you're going to have a plus minus. You're going to have a little difference here, a difference there, and everything else. But the one thing about Chet that I do like is, if you really look at the team last year, SGA was already starting his uptick and being the man. And
Yeah.
then Wemby was able to come in as a rookie and really fit in where he needed to. He didn't lose himself. They gave him the ball where he needed to. Even at times, he was bringing the ball up. So, I mean, if you really look at that, you look at everything that SGA is doing, and normally budding superstars don't give the ball up once they have the ball.
Yeah.
On that climb, they normally don't do that. So for them to give the rookie the ball at times to let him come out and do his thing, that's tremendous. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know if it's just the players themselves. Because, sometimes the players themselves really help one another more so than the coaching would.
Yeah, I don't know anything about OKC's coach. I noticed him the other night. I'm trying to learn how to pronounce his name. So Diagonal or something. I don't know anything about this guy. I'm trying to learn him because OKC is a team on the rise right now. And I'm keeping an eye on them. I don't think they're gonna do much playoff wise this season. They're so young, and I don't know about their bench, but they're on the come up though right now.
Gotcha.
I do think that.
The only way I see it, the fairest way to do it is just go ahead and do the co-rookie of the year. I mean, like I said, both of them guys deserve it. Wemby based on stats, Chet on his stats plus the wins. So, I mean, come on, just give it to both of them and call it a day.
I got to say, I had not thought about co-rookie of the years until you mentioned it tonight. So I got to say that. Now I'm going to think, I hadn't even considered that, and I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Because they're both very deserving. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think
And
Wemby's
yeah,
going
and
to
you know
own the
what? And it'll be
award.
robbery, just like the guy that has that jersey right behind you, Carmelo Anthony. Should have been co-rookie of the year with LeBron, but they didn't want to give it to him. He had the wins, LeBron had the numbers. But if
Yeah, I
you
won't
really look
argue
at the
that.
numbers, they were close.
I'm a LeBron guy, and I would not argue that. But it's an award that is voted on. So you have to think about that. People, emotions and stuff, opinions and all of that is involved. It's not like you just earn it on the court totally.
Yeah, they have a biased opinion.
Yeah, biased
If
opinion.
you
That's what
go
I'm
with
trying
an
to say.
unbiased opinion, then right is right.
And I
I
think
mean,
the people are, I don't know though. Chet Holmgren has a lot of fans as far as media. I think he has a lot of fans, and when I watch Sports Center and the highlight shows, he gets a lot of love. So I think he's
and
liked
I
by
see
the
a lot
media,
of people that
but
are
not as
not
much as
fans
Wemby.
saying that he's not a real rookie,
Yeah,
which the guy never played a game last year. Come on, you're a rookie.
he's a rookie. He's a rookie. I'm not even I don't think that's an argument. He's a rookie. But he's a rookie that was fortunate enough to be in the league and get league level training and dieting and fitness or whatever you want to get. Yes, he does have some advantages in that aspect. But the same as if a guy goes to the G League, who's to say that's better than going to college, go to Duke or something? I don't
True.
know. So,
But not only that, here's the other thing on that. Everybody in the NBA has the same opportunities of having the diet, being around this and being around that. And look how many players come out of shape the next year. So this man was injured. He was around the team. And so just being around the team, that's saying that he's much better than the guy that was 19 years old coming from France playing professionally.
yeah, yeah. But they both have their own journey. I can see people making the argument that Holmgren is not a rookie. I can see that a little, but I don't like that argument much. I think Holmgren is a rookie. He hadn't played a game until this season. So,
Exactly.
okay. Thursday night, the Celtics visit the Denver Nuggets. Is this a finals preview we'll be watching?
I say no. I say no. Um, I really want to say that I don't believe neither one of those teams will be there in the finals. And I know that's hard to say because, Denver, They're going for their second win in a row. And then you got Boston. They're tearing it up in the East. But if history repeats itself the way it has been with Boston, they're not even going to make it to the finals. But I will say this, based on history that we're talking about, it is time for Boston to win two more to catch up with the Lakers so they can tie it up again to be equal in wins of championships. So
I think very highly of Boston. Very, very highly of Boston. I also think that the East is very, very weak. The East is weak. The New York Knicks look like the second best team in the East, and they're banged up and injured. And I don't think much of the Cavs. I'm watching the Cavs right now. They're struggling with the Hawks. Come on. I don't think much of Philly without Embiid, even though they're playing well. Milwaukee Bucks, I like the streak they're on right now. They look good right now. But I need to see this more. I need to see this consistently for the remainder of this season before I think they could beat the Celtics. Right now, I think the Celtics are the best team in the East. I do think it's either Celtics or Bucks right now. I'll make my mind up at the end of the season. That's what I'm going to say. It's down to Celtics. I'm either going to pick Celtics or Bucks, though.
I totally agree. The Celtics are the best in the East, but best in the East or best overall don't always equate to getting to the finals.
Yes.
If you go back and you look at Miami, come on. Yep. Look at what they did.
I just was about to say it's more about matchups than it is about what the team did in the regular season. The number one seed don't always make it to the finals. It's about who can beat who when you match up in the playoffs. That's what it's about. And that's why, I don't think that the Timberwolves, I don't want to veer off from other teams than the Nuggets and the Celtics, but I'm just cycling in my mind who can make the finals. I do think the Nuggets can make the finals in the West, but at the same time, there's so many great teams, very good teams in the West. There's so many very good teams in the West right now. Again, I'm going to make up my prediction at the end of the season. I want to see how the season goes. It's early for me to say who's going to make the finals right now. But I was watching the Nuggets just the other night. I don't think it was last night. The other night, I thought they looked great. It was last night. They came from behind against the Suns. They were down by 20 maybe, and just came roaring back in the fourth quarter. Even though they lost that game, I'm remembering right now, Kevin Durant, they pulled it out in overtime. But I was very impressed with the Nuggets of how they never quit in that game. They could have easily just let the Suns go ahead and take that game. They were down double digits in the fourth quarter. And watching their offense execute in the fourth quarter, I was so impressed with the Nuggets. I really believe the Nuggets can go to the finals. I believe the Nuggets can repeat. But like I said, I'm not going to put the stamp on that today. But if asking me today, is that a finals preview tomorrow night, Thursday night? I'm going to say no. No, not a finals preview. I still think the Lakers can make the finals.
So my thing is this. The only way that the Nuggets can go for a repeat is if they win the first two rounds in the playoffs, because I think they're going to get knocked out within the first two rounds.
Who could beat the Nuggets, though? That's what I'm trying to think. I like the Lakers, but I don't think the Lakers can beat the Nuggets. I haven't seen them beat the Nuggets.
I'm not taking nothing from the Nuggets because they are the reigning champs. But in the West, any team can be beat. Right now, Jokic is still carrying his team. He's doing his thing. And not only that, Aaron Gordon is playing tremendous defense.
Yes.
Tremendous defense.
MPJ, he's playing great. He's knocking down shots right now. He played a game, I think it was against the Lakers. He was 10 for 10 for the game. That's amazing. So the Nuggets.
But some of these guys flake when it comes to the playoffs. That's the thing. I don't expect Jokic to flake. I don't expect Murray to flake. But it seemed like with certain teams, when you get to the playoffs, some of these guys start to expire. Like, for instance, it's just like Chris Paul can't make it to the finals.
Yeah, or like James Harden.
He can get to the semifinals, and for some reason, it's like something happens, whether it's injury, his body just gives out, whatever it is. It seemed like he can't get over that hump, but he plays great all season long. So it's just some of these players that kryptonite is getting to the finals.
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that right now about Chris Paul, because I was just thinking he's coming back from injury right now. So I was thinking maybe he got his injury out of the way before the playoffs this season. So because he usually gets injured in the playoffs. So
yes, but I just don't doubt it. Not unless they play him every other game.
Yeah,
and they limit his minutes to less than what Wemby's playing.